Turn the pages, feel the beat, dance with words, move your feet.
Hello, 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 and welcome to this reading Dippit in the start of this week's vlog. Woohoo! Alright, so I have just finished Night Flights by Reeve, which is like the companion book to the Mortal Engine series, and I really liked it. It's very short. It's kind of like a novella, and it is about Anna Fang and how where she grew up. She grew up on like the Archangel ship, and in that, or yeah, like she's the Dark Angel ship, and how that like this is like her parents passed away, and so she was considered like an orphan, and that all the kids there have like code names, which is, and hers was K420, and she was like a prisoner there, and she was just doing all this mining stuff and what have you. And the entire industries who owned the Archangel ship was Kale Industries. And so it basically, the youngest son of the creator had wanted to create like his own like airship, and he needed like a young engineer to like basically help him and create it. So he was like sent to the Archangel to find somebody to help him with it, right? Anna Fang was the person that he got directed to, kind of interviewed her in a way, and they called the ship something different, but then Anna, because her parents were like pilots themselves, so she just like picked up a lot from them before she left. And but anyways, like, so she was just able to learn and pick up all this stuff from her parents. And then now she took over the ship, and she like stole. So originally the ship was created to like go in this competition, but Anna Fang ended up stealing it because she was supposed to like pilot the ship with the youngest son, and then they were going to take the money from the winnings and just get out of there. But he decided that he was kind of like responsible to have somebody else do it, and so she just like was like second best, and she kind of got forgotten about, and that she kind of took offense to that, which is why she ended up stealing the ship and calling it the Jenny Javier, and ended up going on and some adventures. And she grew up a little bit, and she kind of became like a pirate of hers on her own. And then she ended up at so the book ends with her meeting up with Tom and Hester, who are wanting to get back to England, or not to England, back to the city of London. So she wanted to, help them and get with them, and well, not get with them, but like she wanted to be able to like help them out and get out of where she was, and she took an opportunity and seized it. So yay! I don't know, so I really liked that. I really enjoyed it. I would highly recommend it. So yeah, I don't know, I have nothing more to say about it other than I'm kind of happy now to be done with the Mortal Engine series. Kind of sad that it's kind of done now, but you know what, Night Flights, it was a nice little companion book to it. So yeah, give it a thumbs up. Hopefully everybody's doing alright, and we'll catch you on the next Dippit. Bye! Hello, 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 and welcome to this reading Dippit. Woohoo! Alright, so I've gotten myself into the habit of listening to audiobooks while I work from home, and versus like watching a movie or whatever, and it's great. But the next book series that I wanted to start listening to was the City of Ember books, but the audiobooks, the first two, haven't come in yet, but I have the last two. But of course you have to listen to books 1 and 2 before you do that. But then the Good Girl's Guide to Murder came in and was like already available, so I listened to book 1 of that, and I have books 2 and 3, I think it's a trilogy, on hold for that, right? But The Good Girl's Guide to Murder is by Holly Jackson, and like I've read it in other Holly Jackson books before, and it's so good, right? So of course, it's kind of like a thriller, like another teen thriller, and all the information just kind of comes out at the end. It's about like this like high schooler who's, like 5 years ago, like a murder happened, or like a girl disappeared, nobody knows where she went, and so as kind of like an end of year project, she decides that she wants to like figure out what happened, and and that for this murder of like the girl's brother went for it, and that it looked like he committed suicide or unalived himself, right? But as it turned out, that it wasn't him. It was like a teacher that she was having an affair with, and what happened to it's teacher Elliot that the girl that died. Oh my gosh, so the girl who's trying to figure everything out, her name's Pep, and that there's a girl that disappeared, and that she was having an affair with a teacher. That teacher killed the brother, who made it look like a suicide, but then he didn't want her to come out, and tell the truth of what happened. So he ended up going and kidnapping this random girl, thinking that it was the main girl, Holly, or no, not Holly. Oh my gosh, why can't I remember her name? Oh yeah, Andy. Yeah, so Andy or Andrea was the girl that was that passed away, and so then this other girl got kidnapped, but then it was actually the sister that the sister Becca that did everything at the very ending. Oh, I guess spoiler alert. And it's so funny, and it's kind of done podcast kind of style, and yeah, so I think that it is pretty good. I really liked it. I just liked how the little tidbits of information came out as the book went on, and it was just all this new stuff. And I mean, if I wasn't kind of doing other things at the same time, probably could have figured it out a lot sooner, but all these people are guilty. And I really liked at the very end how Pip had this sense to be yes, that Andy did die, right? But she was in herself a bully, right? So she wasn't perfect. So yeah. Right, but now that I kind of got 2 series going on with audiobooks, I'm hoping that I can continue both of them, and I'm really wanting to continue to listen to this Good Girls Guide to Murder series, because I knew it was going to be good, right? And I'm happy that I took the time to actually listen to it, and it was a quick, easy listen. So yeah, give it a double thumbs up. Hopefully everybody's doing alright, and we'll catch you on the next Dippit. Bye! Hello, and welcome to this reading Dippit. Woohoo! Alright, so I have just finished listening to The Anxious Generation, this non-fiction book here by Jonathan Haidt, and it was pretty good. And what it's about is just about how young kids these days, and how we are kids who I guess I'm getting away from myself, where books or the iPhone came out in 2007, and social media came out in 2010, and how it's just kind of growing from there, and how kids are just kind of addicted to their phones, and I get essentially and just how it's rewiring their brain and making them think and feel certain ways, and just how it's how it's safer now to go out and to play on to go to the park and play, versus when we were kids, when we couldn't play, right? So it's just kind of we need to give our kids more independence, and be able to grow, and just not be fully dependent on their on other people, and be able to go and do their own things. So I think that was kind of a good lesson, and kind of good thing to teach kids. But it's just it is rather interesting about how what we are teaching kids, and how social media is that addictive, and how it's rewiring our kids' brains, and just how certain things are affecting males versus females, and how kids how males used to are generally more outwardly aggressive, but now they're kind of withdrawing and playing more video games, and having addiction to certain types of adult websites out there, and how girls are more tuned to self-harm, and to not think that they're thin enough or pretty enough to be able to do what they want to be doing. So I just thought that was kind of unique, and kind of kind of cool to kind of see one of the, like, that kind of aspect to it. So the overall lesson would be that you need to go and touch grass. Do whatever you can to get off your phone and to go do something else. So yeah. Oh yeah, I definitely think it's worth a listen. I remember when it first came out, like, I wanted to read it, but I just didn't have the time. So I'm happy that I was able to get the audiobook, because it's definitely worth the listen. It's just like how interesting it is just to, you know, like, kind of like, the more you're on, like, I guess, like, the idea is that the more you're on our screen, the higher, or the more anxious and the higher rate, like, the more kind of like, the more anxious and the more depressed you actually are. So it's just, you know, definitely getting out in real life and just real, you know, kind of, I guess it's, you were going to remember the times that you went out and did something, or you're with other people, versus the times that you spent on the couch by yourself, right? So yeah, I guess that was kind of it. You know, just that was kind of it. Hopefully everybody's doing alright, and we'll catch you on the next Dippit. Bye! Hello, 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 and welcome to this reading Dippit and this week's vlog. Woohoo! Alright, so I've read or listened to 3 books this week, which is absolutely phenomenal, and yeah. So I have no notes, I have nothing more I've really done, and it's just really kind of, you know, great. I do need to read more books and to do something with it, and I have discussed getting more bookshelves, but I don't think that's really going to happen. But you know, which means that I do need to go through my my library and to, unhaul a bunch more books, because yesterday and Friday I went through and I have now gotten rid of every single book that I've unhauled and took them to little free libraries. I worked very hard to do that. So yeah, now I need to actually, you know, well, take a rest, because my body's really hurting because I walk so much, but you know, it's okay, right? But I do need to take a time to sit back, read, relax, enjoy life, and realize that no wrong or nothing bad can happen. So yeah, give it a thumbs up. Hopefully everybody's doing alright, and we'll catch you next episode. Bye!